All right, guys. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys how to do this new lesson that we're getting ready to start tomorrow, and I'm gonna show you how to do it on Delta Math. This new lesson, what we're doing is called System of Equations, and all system of equations is taking two equations, just like we've been doing earlier. We're taking the same type of equations we've been doing earlier, but now we have two of them. And what we're doing is we're going to find out whether they have one intersection where they cross, um, whether they're parallel or whether they, the same line. So those are three things that we're looking for. So I'm going to show you guys how to do it on Delta Math. Um, as you know from your experience with Delta Math, it's very picky. So that's why I decided just to go ahead and show you it through this, so that way you see me do it, you'll be able to do it the same. Okay. So here's the first example. So what it says is solve the following system of equations graphically on the set of axes below. So they gave us this first line, which is y equals 4/5 x minus 3. And they give us the second line, which is y equals 1/5 x minus 8. Now, being that it's Delta Math, you have to graph those lines. So the first thing I'm going to graph is y equals 4/5 x minus 3. So like we've been taught before, the first thing you look for is your y-intercept. So on this first line, my y-intercept is -3. So I'm going to go on my y line, find my -3, and then I'm going to find my slope, which if you remember, my slope here would be 4/5. Okay, so that means I got to go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and to the right 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. And there's my first line. Okay, so the next thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to find the second line or graph the second line, which is y equals -1/5 x minus 8. So again, the first thing we got to look for is our y-intercept. So in this case, my y-intercept is -8. I'm going to scroll this down just a little bit. All right, so I go to my y line, find my -8. Boom. All right, and then the next thing says that my slope is -1/5. Remember, one negative makes the whole thing negative. So instead of going up, I got to go down 1, and then I can go right 5. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry, let me count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. Now that we got 2 points, you can see that it intersects. Okay, my line I just created goes here. My first line went here. We got to find that intersection. So as we scroll our line, my intersection is right here at this point. So now all you have to do is tell me what is that point. And if we count it, it's at -5, -7. So what I'm gonna have to do is write that point or type that point into our answer and make sure we do our quotations. And we said -5, -7. And that will be our place where it intersects. Correct. So here's what it is. They're just talking about. Okay, I graph my two lines. That point is where it intersects. So I graph my two lines. That's my intersection. And I just write my intersection. That's all I do. Graph my two lines, find where it intersects, and that's your solution. That just means at that point where -5 is your x and -7 is your y is going to be a solution for both of your lines. That's all that means. Okay, you're looking for the solution for both lines where both of them are going to be equal. Okay. If that's possible. Sometimes you might get two lines where they're parallel and they'll never cross. Okay, we'll try to see if we can get an example like that. Okay, so here's the second example. All right. My first line again, we got two equations. We got to make lines for both of them. So we'll start off with the first one. Y equals -x plus 3. All right. So the first thing I do, I look for my y-intercept. In this case, my y-intercept is a +3. So I go up 3, hit my point. And then my slope is, remember, we got no number beside it. We automatically put a 1. So my slope is -1. So that means I got to go down 1 first and then to the right 1. Because remember, one negative is going to make my whole number negative. All right. Boom. All right, now we start our second line, which is y equals 3 halves x minus 2. Well, again, the first thing we got to look for is our y-intercept. So this time my y-intercept is -2. Put my point there. And then we just do our slope. So my slope this time is 3 over 2. So that means I got to go up 3. 1, 2, 3. And to the right 2. 1, 2. Boom. All right. Now that we got our two lines, let's find where they intersect. Well, this one was pretty simple. It intersects at 2, 1. Remember, your x comes first, then your y. So 2, 1. Oops. 2, 1. 2, 1. Okay? Pretty simple. This is all it is. All right. Let's see if I can get another one. They with their parallel. I might can't, but I'm gonna try to keep skipping to problems until I can get one. If not, I'll just show you another one like this one. Let's see. That one wouldn't work. That one's not parallel. It looks like all of them are going to be where you have a solution. Okay, so you will all of them will have at least one intersection. Okay. Some ways you can tell that it's parallel. If you want to know what's parallel, you just look at both of your slopes of your two lines, and if the slopes are the same, they're parallel. All right. If the two slopes on our lines are different, then you're going to have a solution. It's going to be one solution. Okay. If you look at your two lines and both of the equations are the exact same, then you're going to have the same line. That means all of your solutions will work. So either it's going to be parallel where there's no solution. They're going to be an intersection or two different lines or two different slopes where there's one solution, or there's going to be where they're the same exact line, which means they're going to be all solutions. Similar to what we had earlier in the year where we had to find out if it was no solution, one solution, or all numbers or infinite solutions. So this is just a review, review on what we've done before. Your assignment will basically be 10 questions just like this on Delta Math. Again, if you have any questions, I'll be available on Zoom at 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and 12 o'clock, and I can give you more help on these problems. Hope you guys have a good day.